Living Word with Pastor.
Today, and again, I have Ashlynn, my granddaughter, with us as a special guest. We're looking at various aspects of coming to know Jesus as your Lord and what she has done as a young person. And actually it applies to all ages because the gospel of Jesus never changes. The music might, the way it's presented, but we should never ever change the gospel. And Ashlynn has gone through university and come out still strong for the Lord. And so we've been looking at various aspects of that, and yesterday we looked at praying in tongues and how that has helped her. And today I would like to look at overcoming temptation and peer pressure. Now don't immediately say, well, peer pressure, that doesn't apply to me, it only applies to kids in school. You know, we all have peer pressure. As adults, we have peer pressure. We might have the wrong friends, or at work, there's peer pressure to be part of it, and we can make excuses to be that. But Ashlynn, how would you recommend someone overcome the temptation of peer pressure?
Yeah. Well, I think it was a lot of, I knew what was right. So when I was younger, it was a lot of, I knew what was right. And then people just, they'd ask me to do some things that I didn't really agree with, and I would just, the initial was like, I don't know, and then, but after you do the first initial, like, no, I don't want to be a part of that, it gets a lot easier from there. And then I know when I, had more of a deeper relationship with the Lord, it was more of a coming from a place of like, I just want to please the Lord. I don't necessarily, I knew it was wrong too, but knowing that, if I said no to that, my relationship with the Lord is just, that much stronger. When my dad asks me to do something or he tells me not to do something, I think of, how if I did it anyway, regardless of what he asked, it would just really hurt his heart. And I sort of see it the same way as with God. If I disobeyed or did something I knew it wasn't right, it would just hurt his heart. So that's kind of how I would view it.
So Jesus became more valuable to you than a friend.
Yes.
So if a friend tries to pressure you into doing something that you feel isn't quite right, would you classify that person as a friend and valuable in your life?
I mean, it's hard because a lot, especially today, that a lot of people, even in my friends, we have differing views on what things are okay, what things aren't. So there's a kind of a gray area, people would say. But I know my friends, ultimately, they respect my decisions. They respect what I think is right and what's wrong, and they'll honor me through that. They won't ask me to do things that aren't that would go against what I believe.
So when you got into university and you were away from home, did that pressure, because you didn't have friends there, become greater to give in to what they wanted, or was it because of what you had already learned that you were strong enough in that not to go that way?
I think anytime you're in a different environment, there's always you always have to build another foundation on that. For me, I was blessed to find some really great friends that had very similar views as me on different things and what was right and what was wrong, and I felt actually that they were pulling me up in a lot of those things too, that they had higher standards. So I think finding friends too that have higher standards than you, they'll actually help you to stand firm in what's right.
So today, even if it's at work, whether it's at school, do not become really close friends with those that will lead you away from the Lord. Your Heavenly Father knows what you have need of, and He will always have those people there for you that will encourage you and lift you up.